Thank you. So we are SPICE, Society for Preservation of Israel Heritage Sites. And we oversee more than 200 sites all across Israel. Each and every one is one piece of this crazy puzzle called the road to Israel's independence. One story, maybe sometimes one person who had a lot to do with the fact that today Israel is an independent state. We don't deal with ancient history. Basically, we do mid-19th century through right after the establishment of the state. Modern day history, the path to independence. Jewish National Fund USA has done many things in the past, many great things in Israel. It is doing many great things in Israel and will be doing great things in Israel in the future together with all its affiliates. But who made it all possible? On whose shoulders are we all standing today? In order to find out, you need to come to our heritage sites to learn about the heroes whose names you've never heard, who played such a key role in Israel's history. You've all, I hope, are familiar with the names Herzl, Ben-Gurion, Golda, Begin, Rabin. But have you ever heard of Eliezer Kron? Have you ever heard of Dvorah Apfeld? I don't think so. There were two young Zionists from Poland who decided the only place for them was Eretz Israel back in the early 1930s. In ways you could not even imagine, they found a way to Eretz Israel on the very first immigrant ship that made it to the country in 1934. Eliezer, all his friends called him Kochak, and Dvorah, all her friends called her Dvorah, never got the certificate, the permit, to legally enter the country. Eliezer managed to sneak in without getting caught by the British. Dvorah realized at some point that if you are a married couple, there's a bigger chance you'll get the certificate. So she married a friend from the youth movement just for the certificate. They entered the country legally. They got divorced after a week. She met Eliezer on Kibbutzim Hill, where years later, the Ayalon Institute, the bullet factory, was built. And their group together went out and started a most beautiful kibbutz just outside Jerusalem by the name of Ma'aleh HaChamisha. In the War of Independence, Eliezer drove an armored vehicle on a convoy, one of the first convoy that broke through the siege over Jerusalem. There were heroes. We owe them so much. You never heard their names before. Personally, I think I owe them a little bit more than you guys do. I owe them my life. They were my grandparents. There are hundreds of thousands of people like Kochak and Dvorah. The only way to learn about who they were and what they've done is to visit the heritage sites. All our heritage sites are not just museums, they're classrooms. You go there and you learn and you understand and you appreciate better. My elevator speech about SPICE is always the same. When you guys wake up in the morning, doesn't matter where, in the US, in Europe, in Israel, 99.9% of the people take it for granted that there is a state of Israel, because there is a state of Israel. But when you visit the heritage sites, you understand what our parents and grandparents and sometimes great-grandparents had to go through so all of us can wake up and take it for granted. This is why it's important. Yigal Allon, one of the forefathers of Israel, said once, a nation that doesn't know its past, its present is dull, its future is questionable. You have to know where you're coming from in order to move forward. Education, you've heard that name a million times over the last few days, and rightly so. Education is the future. During the last couple of years, in the US and in many other places around the world, and in Israel, the younger generation is moving away from the concept of modern Zionism because of the war, because of the anti-Israeli and anti-Jewish protests. People are drifting away. But when they come to the heritage sites, they get it. They understand who we are, why we are there. So we put a lot of work into education. We have an education hub through which thousands and thousands of people are going in order to get it. I'm going to repeat these two words a lot. Get it. We need to get it. Over the last 2 years, the heritage sites played a key role in the process of helping hundreds of thousands of our brothers and sisters who were affected by the war, evacuees, wounded soldiers, widows, bereaved families. All of them received some solace at heritage sites, going through very, very special workshops. In addition to all those workshops, they got a free tour to learn about where we're coming from and understand better. It may not have given them too much of a comfort regarding about the loss, but I think they understand better the journey we all had to take. When we look into the future, heritage sites are going to play a key role in Israel's rebuilding. You've heard a lot about the Build Together master plan of JNF. Heritage sites in the south and in the north are going to play a very important role in it. The heritage sites are going to serve as gates of hope to these regions that were affected so much by the war. And when you come to those gates, you will learn, of course, about our heritage, but also about what's in that region for you. Lodging, touring, food. We have to eat, right? You'll get all the information in those places. I want to tell you, I've been involved with Spice for many, many years. I have many friends here that have been involved with us for a long time. I have some members of the Israel Independence Experience Task Force here. These are the guys who are working to help us all year round. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of the heritage sites, not only in education, not only in everyday's life, but in the need to understand who we are and where we're coming from. If you don't, there is no future for you. There's no future for any of us. And I have led 1 or 2 tours around heritage sites in my life. 1 or 2. And the response I get so many times, so often, is we had no idea. We just had no idea. We had no idea that hundreds of thousands of people, Holocaust survivors, were detained in a British camp that looked almost exactly like a death camp in Europe after they managed to survive the Holocaust. We had no idea that people had to operate a secret bullet factory under the noses of the British. And those 2.25 million bullets most likely were the key factor in our victory in the War of Independence. Even if they weren't, you can't prove me wrong. That's a wonderful thing about giving these tours, right? But seriously, wherever you throw a stone in Israel, there is a heritage site that tells a really important story. The only way to fully understand is to come and see it yourselves. We are always there We are always happy to have you around and show you chapters you've never imagined that were written by people whose names you've never known. Come to heritage sites whenever you're in Israel. We'll be more than happy to show you around. Thank you.